Hi, Margie here again. So, imposter syndrome or feeling like a fraud. I mean, it's kind of this term that's been thrown around a lot, and we tend to use it a lot. Um, and look, as a registered psychologist, I can tell you that there's no diagnosable condition for imposter syndrome. That's why it's probably called syndrome because there isn't. Um, but when you're going through the experience of it, it can feel very overwhelming. And it can feel like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get out of this kind of negative feeling about myself? And I'm terrified of putting myself forward for something because I don't know that I've got the skills, resources, ability to do whatever that is. And can I tell you, I have been there. I felt like a major imposter about 5 years ago. And it was when I received my registration for where I was told that you are, after your 7 years of training, you are now a registered psychologist and you can go ahead and practice and do what it is that you want to do. Um, and so at the same time of getting that, I had developed, I believe, a very unhealthy relationship with Chardonnay. And this had happened over a number of years. It had just gradually gotten worse. Um, I was working full time, studying full time. I was raising a stepson in his teens, which if you've had teenagers, you can probably appreciate. And so there was a lot going on. And so in the evenings, I felt like I needed some kind of stress relief, and it became Chardonnay. And so I realized that, and I talk a lot about this in my book, and I've talked about it in other posts around my journey around that. My point is that when I got my registration, I thought, you know what? I'm about to be unleashed on the unsuspecting public. Um, and I wanted to stay in leadership and well-being and workplace well-being. That's really where I wanted to stay. So I'm going to start working with leaders who I know probably have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol or aren't happy with their relationship with alcohol. Yet here I am, um, knowing that I had an issue, and I felt like such a phony. And so I decided to do something about that. So, what I'm saying is that even people that have been trained, qualified in understanding the mind, understanding imposter syndrome, we still struggle with this stuff. And that's because the human condition is to have this inner critic, to have this kind of negative biased brain. But the good news, and what I'm hoping is with that, some of the steps and with the guide I've shared with you, is you're starting to see that you can shift that you can change that is within your control. So I hope the information I've shared with you along the way has been really helpful. I'm going to be sharing some stories with you with clients that I've worked with, and also the option or the ability to connect with me if you'd like to do a deeper dive into being happier and healthier in your career and your leadership development. Talk with you soon. Bye for now.